Bye. Saya run. So, pan lawan atau? Aliu. Yeah, just it's going. It's going, right? Yeah. On the 26th of October, the Occupy Westfield team issued a declaration of the occupation of Westfield, a statement that spoke of the urgent need for stability in the current water and electricity situation in urban Gambia. It then called on the public to converge with the team at Westfield to vent their frustration through the medium of a peaceful protest. This was to be the official birth of Occupy Westfield as a team. After that call, the response has been immense. It trended on social media and across the streets. We then realized the need to get police clearance and permit for the occasion. We applied for a permit which was submitted at the police headquarters. We were called in the following day for screening from the intelligence office. Again, we were called to meet the IGP and co. We had discussion on security details, but at the day's end, our permit was denied. Relentless in our call, knowing full well that ours is a right guaranteed by the Constitution, we continued pushing for Occupy Westfield even as the odds stacked against us. The day after meeting the police chief, we were again ushered into another meeting, this time with the then Interior Minister Maifadi. A long negotiation ensued for the postponement of the protest. Cited again was security reasons. We considered and postponed, acting as responsible and mature citizens of the land. The following week again, we met the minister, but was cut short because he got called to an emergency meeting. We then rushed to the police headquarters where we had earlier in the day submitted a letter requesting security protection for our protest, slated for this Sunday, the 12th. We went through the screening process again, but this time around a clearance plus security protection was afforded for our protest. It was a joyous occasion for us all, for we felt the Constitution has been honored, for this is what New Gambia should be about. It was a triumph and the news traveled fast. On Saturday, while we were busy preparing the logistics for the protest, a call came in from the office of the IGP. We have been summoned to a meeting once more. We got to the meeting only to be given excuses of counter demonstrations. The beach boys, they say too, are protesting at the beach in solidarity with us. This was one argument amongst many that they offered. It was a shifting argument of excuses from the security heads, a constant invention of boogeymen. Our clearance was then revoked. The revocation happened within 24 hours of the reception of the clearance. The excuses, neither genuine nor firm, were held on by the police in the denial of our constitutional rights. We remain firm and resolute in our resolve to exercise our right to assemble peacefully as guaranteed by Section 25 of the Constitution. The police continue to invoke Section 5 of the Public Order Act, which itself is unconstitutional and has been challenged in the Supreme Court of the Gambia. We won't cower down at the 11th hour and let draconian laws win over the Constitution. No. We stand in solidarity with the supreme law of the land, and most of all, our human right to gather in peace and protest. Yes. All power to the people.
Yes. All power to the people. All power to the people. Yeah.
Thank you very much. This is the press release from the Occupy Westfield team, knowing that our rights have been curtailed by the police, IGP and the government of the Gambia in exercising our constitutional right to gather and vent our frustrations.
Yes.
And in this regard, we have called the public to stay away, but as the coordinating team, we would not try to back down, trying to let unconstitutionality reign again in New Gambia. Like I said in an interview, New Gambia shouldn't be a useless democratic aesthetic. It should be a lived reality. It should be practiced. It should be out there, and it should be real. Our human rights are guaranteed with or without these laws. And we continue to shoulder on and to say that New Gambia should be real, that our constitution should be respected,
yes,
and we will not cower down. We remain resolute and firm,
yes,
and knowing that power belongs to the masses of
yes,
the people. Thank you very much.
The power belongs to the masses of the people. And what we want to add on to that is, we are young Gambians, we are all responsible citizens with responsibility, and we are practicing our constitutional right as Gambians. We are trying to defend the democracy that we fought for, the democracy that led to many people losing their lives, the democracy that led to people in the diaspora being in exile for 20 years, people like me for 22 years. So at at the end of the day, we are defending the democracy. It's bigger than NAWEC. It's bigger than all of what you believe. It's about defending the democracy that we fought for. Power to the people. That's what it is.
No. Freestyle, no.
Again, we have gathered here to show our concern. I mean, this was about NAWEC, but again, we are saying in the denial of our permit, we have shifted the conversation from NAWEC to defending the supremacy of the Constitution. We are peaceful people, like Ace have asserted, and we will remain peaceful. But again, we wouldn't let this discussion and this discourse on peace keep us down, to cower us down, to make us a fearful citizenry like what had happened for 22 long years. We appreciate the people for standing with us, for hearing us out, and we urge the public to always remember that this is a constitutional right. Let's not let the Constitution be trampled like it was done 22 years ago. For 22 years, we've been in this mess where the Constitution is played on, it is trampled upon, it is not respected. Now, when the government of the Gambia is not ready to respect the Constitution, we are the people who uphold the Constitution as the supreme law of the land, will exercise it, will make it a reality in this new Gambia. All power to the people.
She has something to say.
I'm being put on the spot right now. Well, as you can see, my folks are here because we believe in something. And no matter what happens, we're going to make sure that we stand for what we believe in. And we believe that the people have a right to peaceful assembly. They should not have to go down to a police station to get the person to approve their rights to stand and speak out for themselves. So what I'm saying is that this new Gambia, we're going to have to start making it happen now. If we keep doing exactly what we were doing 6 months ago, 5 years ago, or something like that, it will never change. We have to stand up and say that we want democracy, or we want something different. We don't want them to keep saying it is a democracy, and there's nothing that has changed. So from now on, we are going to make sure that we hold our government accountable.
Yes.
That we do not sit back and watch them do whatever they want with our rights. That we know what we deserve, and we're going to go out and get it.
Yes.
And that is what we are about. That is what we believe in. And we are Occupy Westfield.
All power to the people.
Power to the people. Power to the people.
So we good? Yeah. You have something to say? Gambia has decided.
If not, we are done.
Anyone wants to interview something? Yeah. Anybody wants to we are here on behalf of Gambia decided to show solidarity with the Occupy Westfield. On December 1st, we Gambians voted against tyranny and voted in the democracy. The hallmark of this democracy is our constitution, our sacrosanct constitution. This very constitution that gives us the right to assemble peacefully and freely. And this is what this Occupy Westfield is all about. With the context of the Constitution, we are in full support of every Gambian citizen's right to demonstrate peacefully. And that's why we're here. Thank you very much. That's it, yeah? Yeah, Mr. Gallas, you want to say something? Okay, we're good then. Wow. Anyone else speaking?
Okay, let's just make it clear to the people out there that Occupy Westfield is not an enemy to the state. It's not an enemy to its people. We are normal Gambians. We are normal individuals like any other person out there. We just want what's best for the Gambia. We want democracy in practice. We don't want it just laying down in the books or being said once in a while. We don't want it just to be theories. We want it to be practicals, like in science lab. We want to feel its physics. That's what we are all here for.
Absolutely.
There are pros and cons in democracy, and demonstrating or protesting peacefully is part of the democracy that we all fought for. Like, we cancelled this Occupied Westfield twice, and today was the third time. Last week, egos and everything was put aside because we wanted peace to reign. The government said that there are security issues involved. There are security issues involved, but that was not the case, as we can see, because a political party that had over 100,000 supporters. We are occupying a place not far from here, and we are given the security that's necessary.